What is up, my friends? Who knew we'd be here tonight, right? You knew. As soon as I said Craig's going to take a day off, news happened. So here we are as promised, and ladies and gentlemen, the big breaking news this evening is around Andy Robertson's future. It looks as if a move to Atletico Madrid could very well be on the card. So we're going to speak about that, how that came to fruition, what that means, of course, for the summer transfer window. Do you know what? It's been a weird one, the Andy Robertson story. It kind of just came out of nowhere. So let's take you through it. Let's take you through where we're at with it, give everybody a chance to catch up, and then we'll move on to what's likely to happen. So one thing that we need to keep in mind here, and I'm sure you may or may not already be aware of, but Andy Robertson is represented by Trent's brother. He is his agent, so it looks like he's masterminded, is that the right word? This potential opportunity. I think it's Tyler is Trent's brother's name. So Atletico Madrid's top target, according to Fabrizio Romano, in this summer's transfer window at left back is Andy Robertson. Even though other names have been mentioned, Romano reckons that Robbo was, well, the number one target. This then from Paul Joyce, who said Andy Robertson, the Liverpool left back, is being considered by Atletico Madrid over a summer move to La Liga. Andy Robertson has opened up the idea or the possibility of moving to Atletico is another report. Ian Doyle said Liverpool have yet to receive an official approach from Atletico, but would face a difficult decision over Robbo's future should the interest be made formal. Then we had Fabrizio Romano a little bit later on saying Robertson is keen on joining Atleti and initial talks have already started. Atletico consider Robertson as their priority as revealed by Fabrizio Romano. Then we had Matteo Moretta, who said Liverpool are asking for a modest fee to let Andy Robertson leave with his contract set to expire in 2026. Atletico are seen as being a realistic target Robbo is seen as being a realistic target for Atletico, and Robbo has already said yes, according to this report. So I think the best way for me to start off is by telling you how I feel about the idea of Andy Robertson moving to Atletico Madrid. If I put myself in his shoes, I'd probably take to move as well. And you're going to say to me, is this different to Trent? For me, absolutely very different to the Trent situation. So Andy Robertson has to look at the rest of his footballing career. He is the wrong side of 30. He has a young family, and he's just seen Liverpool go after and likely going to bring in his replacement at left back. So this, to him, is probably a very good opportunity, and certainly I would wish him nothing but the very best if he takes up the opportunity. In fact, I'll go a little bit further. I'll probably go over to Atletico Madrid to watch Andy Robertson play a game because that's the esteem that I hold him in. Definitely doesn't feel like he's angled for this move or he's trying to just run away from Liverpool. Not for me, nothing like that. It just feels like a good opportunity and maybe one that Liverpool feel like is best for everyone concerned. Don't know what this means, by the way, for Costas, if he's likely to stay around now. Don't know if Liverpool maybe go into the market for Jarell Hato as an option. But for me on this one, I've no ill feeling towards Robbo whatsoever on it. In fact, if I put myself in his shoes, like I said, I'd probably look at it as well. Moving over to play in a wonderful stadium as well with great fans. We know Atletico Madrid are very well supported. A slightly slower pace league that perhaps may suit Andy Robertson as he gets a little bit older. A manager who was brought in the likes of Kieran Trippier before, and I just think it's a move that I can understand, in all honesty. It'll be incredibly sad to see him go if he does go, because, like I said, love Andy Robertson. So let's see how you guys are feeling about the Robertson situation. Robbo is a legend of the club. We'll never forget what Robbo has done for us. Same, Sean. You know, Andy Robertson has had to fight his whole career. You know, he didn't even know if he'd have a full professional football career. And he fought and backed himself and made his way to the very top. Probably never dreamed of representing Liverpool Football Club and winning what he's won. But he's earned it. He's earned it by hard work, perseverance, and backing himself. So for me, if Robbo wants to move on, no problem. I wish him the very best with it because he's a legend, and this is a different situation for me to the way Trent went about it. We have way too many outgoings, said Connor Mullen. Well, the manager's putting his own stamp on the team, mate, I guess, is how I'm looking at it. And also, they're not outgoings that Liverpool will have fought to keep. Trent being a different one, of course. Liverpool would have wanted to keep him. But Caoimhín Kelleher was always going to move on this summer. Andy Robertson, well, we knew we were going to lose a left-back with bringing in Milos Kerkez. It was just thought that it was going to be Kostas Tsimikas, and that ends up maybe it's Andy Robertson. Other than that, I still don't think Liverpool are going to lose anyone that they won't have being open to the idea of losing, as an example. So Barcelona look very much likely to make a move for Nico Williams. So does that mean we're going to see Luis Diaz stay? Potentially. Other outgoings, to get back to your point, my man, not too many real senior ones. Maybe we lose Harvey Elliott. Maybe we lose Jarell Kwanzaa. But again, they're players that the manager hasn't exactly put his faith in over the past year. Lewis Grizzly said, Robertson will be missed for sure, but he'll hardly be played once we get Kerkez, let's be real. Exactly. And he's only got 1 year left on his contract. It just feels like Liverpool could get a few quid for a player who wants to try a new way of life with his young family. And I'd have no issues with that whatsoever. I would be intrigued to see what type of numbers would be involved, though. Like, what is a modest fee? I genuinely don't know. But yeah, Andy Robertson, if he does depart, for me, will depart a legend and somebody who I will only ever have kind words to say. Eddie said he's won everything there is to win at Liverpool. Yep, and done it the hard way. Fought his way up. I remember that post from him where he was, even just looking for a job at one point. But he backed himself, kept plugging away, got his move to Hull, then got his move to Liverpool, and the rest, as they say, is history. So, yeah, Andy Robertson, whatever he wants to do with his young family, I wish him nothing but the best. Craig, are we sticking with Costas as a backup? I'd like to hear moved on, replaced as well. It's a good question, Philly Reds, and much love to you, my friend, over in Philadelphia. Yeah, it's one I've been asking myself all day. I would imagine he'd probably keep Costas around for the time being because we don't want to have too much change in one go. What is he, 27 now, Costas? So maybe the manager feels, okay, if Robertson moves on, then we keep Costas. I'm thinking that's pretty sensible, to be honest. But again, I do understand the shouts as well for the likes of Jarell Haddo. But, would Haddo want to come in then to battle for a left-back spot with Milos Kerkez? Or is Haddo viewed as a long-term centre-back target? So many questions, but at the minute, not so many answers. Luke said 40 million for Robbo. No, mate. You'd be lucky if we got 10, I think. I think this one here, 8 to 10 million from Rory White. My man, that's pretty much where I'm at, Rory. I think 8 to 10 million is probably about right. Cop Wolf said 25 million. David Massett, 15 million. Stevie Boy, Robbo, Liverpool legend. 100%, mate. 100%. Nothing but good things to say about Robbo. And as I said, I view this very, very differently to the Trent situation. It was also weird today watching Sky Sports and seeing Pep Blinders with Pep Guardiola doing the Manchester City coaching drills. It just felt weird looking at that. I thought Costas was linked to Leeds. He was, but again, Lewis, nothing formal has come yet. He certainly had been linked with Leeds United amongst a few other clubs. But again, this situation with Robbo might not be one that Liverpool thought was going to happen. So maybe this is a developing situation that the club are reacting to. But either way, it will be sad to see him go. That's all I can really say in it. We know we're bringing in the new left back. We know that Robbo's time on the pitch is probably going to be at a minimum. And personally, I would rather that we kept one of the two left backs that are used to being playing in the squad rather than wholesale changes. You're bringing in Kerkez. So for me, if Robbo moves out, I would keep Costas for another season as backup until we, see how Kerkez gets on, in all honesty. That would be my take on it. But again, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments.